I'm ready. What up? Let's get to it. So it's funny, right? The Minnesota Vikings have been like a high school football team with great talent but horrible coaching heavy. And it just sucks, right? Because all the guys you think about are the guys that have passed through the last 8 years, the vets, the vets, players who were well loved, much loved in the neighborhood, players, who wanted to win, deserved to win, put the work in, dig me heavy. Great athletes, man, who could have, should have won a Super Bowl. You dig me? Talk about that 2017 season, dog. The season of the Blair Walsh miss, dig me? Then just the bad seasons, the last horrible, atrocious last few seasons, man. When the Vikings were being held back by the coaching staff, period. I've been saying that. Check the records. Talent has been on the roster, period. Yes, the roster has looked good from top to bottom. Some areas to fix and improve, but that's every team in the NFL. But the roster overall has been solid, man. Especially the past, 5-6 years, you dig me? But you kind of just feel bad for those guys, man. Guys like Anthony Barr, man, Adrian Peterson, Kyle Rudolph, man, Big Linval Joseph, right, heavy. The list goes on, man, but guys like Stephon Diggs even, man. Just all the players who came through here who were talented, who were good athletes, man, who could play football. Man, Everson Griffin, man, etc. You take me? Just guys who were real good at football, man. Were putting the work in, just couldn't get the results. But once again, goes back to that analogy. They have been like a high school football team with great talent, with horrible coaching, man. Period. Like I say, man, it's much bigger than who has the most talent, right? Yes, it plays a part to a certain extent, heavy, don't get me wrong. But the Vikings have talent, man. And now you're finally getting to see that with this new coaching staff. So that kind of damn near proves a point exactly, right? Yeah. Since the emergence of Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi and staff, man, like everyone has said, it's a new energy, a new chemistry, new relationships, a new feeling in the building, man, in the atmosphere. You dig me? Heavy. That's what it's about, man. Bottom line. Kevin O'Connell bring that energy to Kirk Cousins. Every player, man. Guys feeling down, maybe having, some bad weeks. He keeps them up, keeps them going. Keeps his energy high, man. Keeps wanting to improve. Takes responsibility on himself. Dig me? He says, hey, that's my fault. That's on me, heavy. And he goes and fixes it, man. Does he still have more to learn about play calling? Do you question some of his calls during the game? Hell yeah. But at the end of the day, man, Kevin O'Connell, KOC, was much needed in that building, man. Like I have said, man, numerous times, man. But that just goes to show you, proves a point. Leadership is very important, man. Player development is very important, dog. There's been a few players come through who haven't gotten fully developed, man. Heavy. Period, man. Bottom line. Get mad if you want. Let's just talk facts. Real deal, no Holyfield. But shout out Holyfield, right? He is a boxing legend. But yeah, man, a few players never got the right development, right attention, right shot, right number of reps. It's just what it is, man. But you see the difference, correct? You take a team who lost every close game last year, right? To a team now who's winning every close game. What has changed? Yeah, some roster pieces, but nothing drastic. Pretty much same players, some improvements at one or two positions. But bottom line, almost damn near the same roster, man, period. With some new additions. And they have won every close game. You tell me that had nothing to do with coaching? You tell me that's fair to players, dog? Who could have probably got to the Super Bowl by now, or maybe even got a ring by now, heavy. You dig me? Look at that 2017 season, Talent was on the field. Top defense, man. How does that happen in Philly, dog? Is it not coaching heavy? If you can say right now that coaching plays no role or the major role, then put it's on the players in the comments, man. Bottom line, period. If you can really sit here and say that coaching doesn't play the highest role, we're talking team football, period. Talking the best of the best elite. You saying leadership doesn't play the biggest role? Man, if you can really honestly say that, put it's the players' fault in the chat then, man, period. I mean, in the comments, man. If you really believe that, put it's the players' fault in the comments then, heavy, man. Let's get it. Let me know how you really feel. Feedback is much appreciated. Dig me? Big SKOL here, heavy. Bottom line, man. Let's get to it, man. We here, SKOL Nation. But it's good to see you happy for this team finally get the right leadership, the right coaches around him. Happy for Kirk, man, to be teamed up with O'Connell. You can just see the difference in energy, man. And Kirk being comfortable with him, not only himself, but with his head coach. Believing in his coach, wanting to play well for his coach. Not attacked or accused by his head coach every time he messes up. It's always encouragement. Keep going, keep your head up, no matter what. Win, lose, draw, maybe, whatever the situation is. O'Connell always bigs Kirk up, man. That's what being a great leader of men is, man. You know? Making guys better around you. Giving them confidence, even through the tough times, man. Heavy, bottom line. But I'm happy for the Vikings, man. Now they can make a real run at this thing, a fair run. Let's see what happens, man. Let's play real ball, fair play, and let's see what the hell happens, man. Big SKOL here, heavy. No doubt, man. And if you believe coaching matters the most, when we talking football, period, etc., put a SKOL in the chat, heavy. I want to see how people feel, man, heavy. Let's get to it. Feedback is much appreciated, man. Big SKOL here, dig me. But yeah, man, shout out to the Vikings. Now let's see what happens when it's real deal heavy, man. Oh, me. Oh, me. I ain't got no picture, you hear me? SKOL, like that. Heavy.